Hello students, as in the last video lecture we saw how to express the following in the form of a plus bi where a and b belongs to r, that is real number, I equals to root minus 1. This I equals to root minus 1, it is given. Just with the help of this value we can able to find our answer for I raised to 8, I raised to 9. Okay, uh, don't substitute the value of I as root minus 1, as in the first lecture only I had explained. You have to keep I as it is. Okay, you have to replace the value only for I square, I cube, I raised to 4 when the values of I is more than 1. Remember this. Okay, now as in the last video lecture we took some example and I had explained the format also. Suppose the given question, if it is in this form, you have to bracket open, okay, bracket expand, solve, you will get the answer. And one more thing I had explained in the last video lecture, whenever the sum it is based on numerator upon denominator, see to it that first you will convert this numerator upon denominator into in this form a plus bi, a plus bi. Okay, this is important thing. Okay, note down. Whenever the sum it is based on numerator upon denominator, numerator upon denominator. Okay, so see to it that you have to convert the numerator upon denominator into in this form. Numerator also should contain a plus bi and denominator also a plus bi. Then after that, whenever we come across numerator upon denominator, see to it that if the format is a plus bi and a plus bi, you have to do rationalizing the denominator. And we know that what do you mean by rationalize. Okay, as in the last video lecture we took this two example where I had explained how to rationalize. Okay, so here we have some structure. Just you have to remember this, as whenever you have two bracket, can you see this two bracket, that means bracket expand. Whenever you have I bracket expand, then rationalize this one. Whenever you have in the denominator 2a plus bi like this. Okay, first bracket expand, convert this numerator upon denominator whole section into in this format. In simple language, whenever you come across numerator upon denominator form, you have to convert numerator as well as denominator in a plus bi format, and then only you have to rationalize. Okay, got the point. Okay, then whenever the value it is more than 1, the power of I is more than 1, see to that you have to replace the value first and then you have to solve the sum. And whenever the power is negative, when the power is negative we cannot able to find our answer. So first we have to make the power positive using the indices formula, that is a raised to minus m upon a raised to minus m equal to 1 upon a raised to m. Okay, so in the last video lecture we saw these first three sums. Okay, yes or no? So now we'll gonna see the next sum, the question number 4th. And this all sums actually it is from the exercise only. Okay, it is not some any additional sums or solved example sums. Okay, it is from the textbook only. Suppose in exercise for this question, if there are 8 to 10 sums, so here actually it is more than 8 sum only. Suppose there are 10-12 sums, so here I will teach at least 6 to 7 sums, and the remaining sums please try to solve by yourself. Okay, so let's move on to the next, the question number 4th. So here the question number 4th, it is what? It's look like this format, yes or no? A plus bi, a plus bi, a plus bi, a plus bi. Okay, and the connection is plus. If the connection between plus and minus is there, the simplest way is what? Cross multiply. Do the cross multiplication, convert this pattern, the given question into what? A plus bi and a plus bi. Okay, so let's see the presentation part, then only you will come to know, you will get the confidence to solve the sums. Okay, so here we have the fourth one as 3 plus 2i upon 2 minus 5i plus 3 minus 2i upon 2 plus 5i. Okay, now we have to find the answer for this, yes or no? We have to express this in the form of a plus bi. So here you will write equal to as we have to find the answer for this. Yes or no? Equal to. So I am writing equal to here. Okay, don't write therefore. So the first step, it will be what? Cross. So here you will get 3 plus 2i, 2 plus 5i, plus 3 minus 2i, 2 minus 5i, upon you will get what? 2 minus 5i, 2 plus 5i. Okay, then after this, bracket expand. I hope you all might be knowing how to do this step. 3 2s are 6, 3 5s are 15, then with 2, 2 2s are 4, plus plus plus, 2 5s are 10, I into I is I square. Okay, the next plus, now with 3, 3 2s are 6, minus 3 5s are 15, then with minus 2, 2 2s are 4, minus minus plus, 2 5s are 10, I into I square. Okay, then upon, as clearly we can see that this look like what? This part, this look like what? A plus B. Yes or no? A plus B, A minus B format, and which we can write as what? A square minus B square. As the numbers are same with the opposite symbol, when the numbers are same with the opposite symbol, so you have to apply the identity formula. Yes or no? So A plus B, A minus B, so A square minus B square, so this will be what? 2 square minus 5i the whole square. So in the next step, this 2 square will be what? 4, 25 square will be what? 25, and I will be what? I square. Understood? Okay, so now, as we know that we have to replace the value of I square, and we know that the value of I square is what? Minus 1. So 25 I square will write minus 1. Okay, I'm solving the denominator part first. Okay, it is on you. You can solve the sum simultaneously, numerator, denominator, numerator, denominator. Okay, first I am covering the denominator section. Okay, so 4 plus 25, because minus minus is plus. Okay, got the point? So 4 plus 25, where you will get 29. Okay, so now we'll solve this section. As here clearly we can see that here we have some like terms where plus 15 and minus 15 will get cancelled. Plus 4 minus 4. Yes or no? So here we left with what? 6 plus 10i square plus 6 plus 10i square. Yes or no? Again same. As I told in the first video lecture as well as in the last video lecture also, whenever you come across the value of I square, I cube, you have to replace the value of I. Whenever the power of I is more than 1, see to it that you have to replace the value first and then solve the sum. Okay, so here the next step will be what? 6 plus 10, I square will be what? Minus 1, plus 6, I square will be what? Minus 1. So 6 minus 10 plus 6 minus 10. Yes or no? So here 6 plus 6 will be what? 12, minus 10 minus 10 minus 20. So you will left with what? Minus 8 upon 29. So here we got the answer actually, but in the question it says that you have to express the following in the form of a plus bi, as this number is without I, sorry, this number is without I. So where is bi? Because we have to express the following expression which is given in this form a plus bi, as clearly we can see that the term without I is a and term with I is b. So here b is missing, b is absent, as clearly you can see that after solving the sum for this question, here we end up with getting a number only. Item is missing, and in the last lecture I had explained whenever any item is missing, I part, so its coefficient will be what? 0. We can write as 0. Yes or no? Got the point? Suppose we have 3 plus 2i. So value of a will be what? 3. Value of b will be what? 2. Suppose if you have only 2i, a is absent. So a is absent. So in place of a you can write as 0. Suppose b is absent. So in place of b you can write as 0i. Okay, understood now? So as now we had converted this part into a plus bi, so therefore this we can write as this is of the form, which form? A plus bi. So where in place of a it is what? Minus 8 upon 29, and in place of b was absent, so absent term the coefficient we can take as 0. So in this way you have to find your answer. I hope you all understood the first 4 sums. Okay, so here the next sum, please you try it by yourself, this one. Okay, now first thing is what? You have to remove this negative part. So here 2 plus root minus 3 upon 4 plus root minus 3. Okay, it can be written as 2 plus root 3 into minus 1, 4 plus root 3 into minus 1. So 2 plus root 3 into root minus 1. Yes or no? 4 plus root 3 into root minus 1. So in place of root 1 we can write as what? I, because we know that I is equals to square root of minus 1. So here 2 plus this will be root 3i upon 4 plus root 3i. Rest, as now I had converted this part into numerator upon denominator section, and numerator we can say that it is a plus bi format, and denominator is also a plus bi format. And after that we know that exactly what we have to do. You have to do the rationalizing the denominator. Okay, I guess the remaining part you can try by yourself. Okay, just rationalize it by, here plus is there, so you will write here 4 minus root 3i, 4 minus root 3i, rationalizing the denominator by using conjugate property. So conjugate of 4 plus root 3i will be what? 4 minus root 3i upon 4 minus root 3i. So please try the fifth one by yourself. Okay, even the sixth one also, here it says that 2 plus 3i, 2 minus 3i, the same sum we saw in the first question also. Whenever you have two brackets, simply you have to do a bracket expansion. Okay, so here bracket expansion, or else clearly we can see that here we have the same number with the opposite symbol. Whenever we come across same number with the opposite symbol, so it look like a plus b, a minus b, and which we can write as a square minus b square. Understood? Okay, so here 2 square minus 3i square, so this will be 2 square will be what? 4, minus this will be 9i square, so therefore equal to, sorry, minus, in place of I square we can write as minus 1. So 4 plus 9, so here we got 13. Yes or no? Understood? So here 13 we got, but here the I part is absent, so here we can write as 0. So comparing with a plus bi, so in place of a is what? 13, and in place of b is what? 0. Okay, I hope this fifth and sixth you can try by yourself. So let's move on to the question number 7th. And but in the question number 7th, can you see that the power is I raised to 8, I raised to 9. So the first thing will be what? We have to replace the value of I raised to 9, I raised to 8, 11, 10 by using that breaking method. Yes or no? As I'd explained, I raised to 8 I can write as I raised to 6 into I raised to 2, or else we can write as I raised to 4 into I raised to 4. It is on you. Okay, by breaking, or else there is one simplest, easiest trick and technique I will be going to show, that how to find the values, at least for 20. Okay, if the values of I is more than 20 plus, yeah, 40 plus, there is one proper textual method that I will explain after this questions. Okay, after this questions over. But if the values is less than 20, even for the more than also, but the trick, it is very interesting and very beautiful. So that trick I will gonna explain, I will share with you all how to find the value of I raised to 8, 9, 11, 10 in just fraction of second. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so now I will share with all the trick to find the values of I raised to 8, I raised to 9, 10, 11, any values, okay, in just fraction of second. Okay, just remember these values. Okay, 1, here you write -1, here you write I, and this side you write -I. Okay, it is like an axis. Okay, just remember like this. Okay, like your x, so x dash, y dash, like that. So your I, -I, 1, -1, just remember this form. Okay, now, so here to find the answer, just here I will start writing the numbers. Okay, so first here I will write 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, okay, 12, 13, 14. Sir, actually what you are doing, you're playing with number or what? 16? No, this is what the trick actually. Okay, now this 1, 2, 3, 4, it is what? It is a power. I raised to 1, I square, I cube, I raised to, this number indicate what? This part, this number indicate it is a power of I. Okay, so now easily we can find the answer. Now listen here. Suppose if I say, if you want to find I square, what is the value of I square? We know that value of I square is what? -1. So this is what? 1, -1, yes or no? If you want to find I cube, okay, I cube, 3, it come this side also. So value, so it means what? The value for I raised to 1, 5, 9, 13, it will be I, like that. Okay, just forget about 1. Okay, because I raised to 1, we know that it is square root of -1. Okay, okay, so here you have to start the numbering from here, this side. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. Okay, so these numbers are the power. Suppose if you want to find the power of I cube, just see, for 3, 7, 11, 15, the answer will be what? -I. Straight away you can, with this diagrammatic form. Okay, if you remember this diagram in your mind, in just fraction of second you can find your answer. Okay, like suppose here we have to find I raised to 8. 8, check where it will come. 8 is coming this side, so I raised to 8 will be what? 1. That's it, we got the answer. Okay, what is I raised to 9? I raised to 9, 9 coming this side. Okay, so for all this value, the value will be what? I. So I raised to 9 will be what? I. So here I raised to 11, I raised to 11, 11. So 11, it will come where? This side. So for 11, 3, 7, 15, the answer will be what? -I. Yes or no? And I raised to 10, I raised to 10, 10, yes, it is coming this side. So answer will be what? -1. Okay, so now I will show this how you got this answer. I raised to 8. Can I write this I raised to 8 as, can I break this 8 as 7 plus 1, 6 plus 2, 5 plus 3, 4 plus 4? It is on you. Okay, so I will break this number 8 as I raised to 4 into I raised to 4, because we have the value of I raised to 4 as 1. We know this value, yes or no? So it will be very easy for us if we break this I raised to 8 with respect to 4. So 4, 4, so I raised to 4 is 1. So 1 into 1 is what? 1. Yes, here also we got 1, and by solving also we got 1. You break the number in any way. I can break this I raised to 8 as like this also. 4 to side is 8, yes or no? By using this formula, a raised to m n, that is a raised to m into n, by using indices formula, yes or no? Okay, so therefore I raised to 4 is what? 1. 1 square will be what? 1. So you break the number in any part, either this section or by using this formula you will get the same answer, or else this is the bingo property, I can say bingo property. Okay, very interesting trick, I can say. Just to remember this, just uh, think it as x-axis x dash, y-axis y dash. So here positive so negative, like that. Okay, so take this as 1 minus 1 I minus I, and start writing the number from here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 goes on. Okay, suppose if I say, if you want to find I raised to 20, so here 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 will come where? This side, this side. So 20 will come this side. For this all the values, the answer is what? 1. So I raised to 20 will be what? 1. In just fraction of second you can find your answer by keeping this part in your mind. Okay, or else if you don't know this trick, let it be. Okay, if you don't want to remember this trick, then there is only one way: break the number with respect to your favorite thing. Like I can break this as 4 plus 4 5 plus 3 6 plus 2 7 plus 1, or else by using any way, in any way, and then find the answer. Okay, if you don't want to remember this trick, so this is the traditional method. Okay, so let's move on to the next question number 7. As I told, you have to solve the question number 5th and 6th by yourself. So let's move on to the question number 7th now. Okay, so let's solve this sum now. As here it is what? 4 I raised to 8 minus 3 I raised to 9 plus 3 upon 3 I raised to 11 minus 4 I raised to 10 minus 2. Okay, so the first thing is what? You have to replace the value of I raised to 8, I raised to 9, I raised to 11, and I raised to 10. And as I had explained, the traditional way also how to find the value, and even the short trick also. Okay, so it is on you if you want to solve this sum by using the traditional method or else by trick also. So for this trick you have to remember this all part. Okay, so as directly I will substitute the value as I know the trick here. Okay, so I raised to 8, where it will come? This side. So I raised to 8 will be what? 1. I raised to 9, I raised to 9, 9 will come where? 9. Okay, this side. So this is I plus 3 upon 3. 11, it will come this side. 11 11, so minus I raised to 10 10, 10 is here. Okay, so minus 1 minus 2. So here you will get what? 4 minus 3i plus 3. So here you will get what? Minus 3i, this minus minus will be plus 4 minus 2. Yes or no? So 4 plus 3 will be what? 7 minus 3i. So here plus 4 minus 2 will be what? 2. Here we have minus 3i. So just now only I had explained whatever the format it is there in the question, you first you have to convert that falling pattern in the form of a plus bi upon a plus bi. Whenever the sum it is in the form of numerator upon denominator. Okay, as I am explaining in each and every sum, and in the last video also I had explained, whenever the format it is in the form of numerator upon denominator, try to convert this format first in the form of a plus bi and a plus bi. And if you come across a plus bi format, so there is only one method, that is rationalizing the denominator by conjugate property. So conjugate of this will be what? 2 plus 3i upon 2 plus 3i. Yes or no? Okay, then after that, so we know that we have to multiply this part. 7 minus 3i 2 plus 3i upon, okay, so this is 2 minus 3i 2 plus 3i. So here the terms are different, so bracket expand. And what about the denominator? As clearly we can see that this look like a plus b and a minus b, and see to that whenever you rationalize the denominator section by using conjugate property, okay, so the denominator part always it will get converted into a square minus b square formula. Remember this. So here we'll write a square minus b square. Okay, further this 2 square we can write as 4 3i 9i square. Okay, the next 4 minus the value of I square is what? Minus 1. I square is what? Minus 1. Okay, so this all things you have to mention in the reason. Okay, so this will be what? 4 plus 9. So 4 plus 9 is what? 13. Now we'll solve this part. 7 2s are 14 plus 7 3s are 21 minus 3 2s are 6i minus plus minus 3 3s are 9i square, because here we have 3i 3i 3 3s are 9 I into I square minus plus minus. Okay, so now the next part, as we know that we have to replace the value of I square as minus 1. So this will be 14 plus 21 I minus 6i minus 9. In place of I square I can write as minus 1. Okay, so now the next part, 14 plus 21 I minus 6i minus minus plus 9 ones are 9. Okay, as clearly we can see that here we have two number without I and two number with I, so they are the like terms. So 14 plus 9 is 23. 21 minus 6, 21 minus 6 will be what? As 21 symbol is plus, here minus, so greater number symbol, so 15i. Okay, so here we got 23 plus 15i. So now separate the denominator, so this will be 23 upon 13 plus 15 upon 13i. As clearly we can see that this is in the form of a plus bi. So what is there in place of a? It is 23 upon 13, and what is there in place of b? It is 15 upon 13. I hope you all understood this sum also, and even the trick also. By using trick, how we can find our answer in just fraction of second. If you don't want to remember this trick, then you be stick with the traditional method. Okay, it is on you. So let's move on to the next part. That is next one. We'll see when the power is negative what exactly we have to do. Okay, so now we'll see when the power is negative how to find the answer. Okay, so 1 plus I raised to minus 3. As I told, whenever the power is negative, as per the rule we have to make the power positive. So here first we'll write the power as positive, so we can convert this as 1 upon 1 plus I raised to 3. Using the indices formula, we know that a raised to minus m is what? 1 upon a raised to m. Yes or no? Okay, so now after this, as clearly we can see that the denominator section, it look like which formula? A plus b the whole cube. What is a plus b the whole cube? A cube plus 3 a square b plus 3 ab square plus b cube. So in place of a is what? 1. In place of b it is what? I. Substitute the value, you will get the answer. So 1 cube is what? 1. Okay, so 3 into 1 square is what? 1 into b is what? I, plus 3 into a is what? 1, b square, so I square, plus b cube, so I cube. Yes or no? So this will be 1 upon 1 plus 3 ones are 3, this is I. Yes or no? So this will be what? 3i square plus I cube. Okay, so now we know that what exactly we have to do whenever we come across the power when it is more than 1. So we know that I square value is what? Minus 1, and I cube is what? Minus I. Replace the value, so 1 plus 3i plus 3. In place of I square we can write as minus 1, and in place of I cube we can write as minus I, because I square is minus 1 and I cube is what? I cube is what? Minus I. Yes or no? From trick also we come to the conclusion I square is minus 1 and I cube is minus I. Okay. So now after this 1 upon 1 plus 3i minus 3 minus I. Okay. I hope you all understood till here. So next part will be what? So here 1 minus 3 number and number we can solve this. So minus 2 and plus 3i minus this will be what? Plus 2i. Okay, so now we had converted the negative part first into positive. Then after that we converted this section into in this format, which form a plus bi upon a plus bi, like that. Okay, so whenever in the denominator we come across a plus bi format, see to that we have to rationalize the denominator by conjugate property. So we know that the conjugate for this will be what? Conjugate means what? In the complex number, conjugate of the complex number means what? You have to change the symbol of I. Okay, so here minus 2 will be same. Okay, don't change the symbol. Conjugate of the complex number means what? You have to change the symbol of I term, not the A term. Okay, B part imaginary symbol will change, the real part symbol will be same. So here conjugate for this plus will be what? Minus minus. Okay, understood? And after that I guess you can try the part by yourself. Just simply multiply this two part. This is a plus b, a minus b. In the denominator you will write a square minus b square. Just bracket open. Okay, solve this section, separate the denominator. Okay, this part will be a and this part will be b. Okay, I hope you all can try this sum by yourself. Okay, so as I told, you have to try the question number 5th, 6th and 8th by yourself and see in the question number this question only express the following in the form of a plus bi. If there are some extra sums except this. Okay, now additional, like as I told, there are more than 8 to 10 sums, yes or no? Okay, so here I took just 8 sum and the remaining sums in the these are sums from the exercise only. Okay, so the remaining sums please try by yourself because all the sums are similar only. Okay, little there will be change that you have to understand. Okay, but almost all the sums are similar to each other. So I hope you all understood this part, how to express the following in the form of a plus bi, where a and b belongs to the real number, and I had explained each and every sum. Okay, as I told, to solve the 5th, 6th and 8th sum. And in this lecture I had explained one important thing, that is trick to find the values of any power in just fraction of second. Okay, so in the next video lecture we're gonna see, suppose the power if it is more than 50, 40, 60, like 100, like 1000, like 5000. Okay, I raised to 70, any odd numbers like 85. So we'll see how to find this value by using one traditional method. Okay, so because here by using shortcut method it will take too much time. The shortcut method is only for when the values are less than 20. Suppose if you want to find I raised to 100, so you have to check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so it will take a time. Okay, so there is one more method, traditional method, we can say a textual method, in which you can able to find your answer by using that method quickly. Okay, so this trick below 20, below 30, it's okay, but whenever the power is more than 100, 200, so there is one more method, so that I will explain in the next lecture. So I hope you all understood everything which we had took in this lecture. So till then, goodbye, see you in next lecture.